Hello YouTube. Today I'm going to be showing you my car kit. I hope you can hear me well. It's a little bit windy because I'm outside. This is all the gear I just keep in my car. I want to start off by saying it's not normally this messy back here. It's usually kind of spaced out. So I'll go ahead and get right into it. So first off, I keep a little extra money in here. If you watched my last video, you saw that I already keep quite a bit in my wallet, but I think it's good, you know, if you forget your wallet and you're out somewhere, like, it's super practical to just keep 20 bucks in there if you need to get gas or whatever, but also in like a shit hits the fan scenario, it'd be nice to have extra in there added to what you got in your wallet. And I have a map of my state, so that can help me navigate if there's not cell service or phone's dead or whatever. Just something else to have as a backup. Got several different lights. This is probably my favorite light. This is my go-to, the Slide King. I'm not sure how many lumens it is, but it is by far my brightest light. I'll do a test for this and show you at night sometime, but it also has, let's see here, I'll have to put the camera down. You can also open it up like that. And it has red. So it's pretty sweet. Next, I have this little Millennium Falcon multi-tool thing. It's got different screwdrivers on it. You can use it as like a prying tool, bottle opener, lots of different things. It's pretty useful. Comes in handy every once in a while. Then I have just a bag of 24 9mm rounds. It's like 2 reloads for my pistol. And I've got just a, sorry about that car. Got a phone recharger, spare battery. Keep a blanket in here, keep 2 blankets in here actually. It's not winter time right now, but just go ahead and throw them in here because you never know. Like, if you ever get in a car wreck, like go off a bridge or something and no one finds you and you have to stay for the night or something like that, or if you're bugging out, you definitely want to have a blanket at night, especially since I'm not keeping a sleeping bag in here right now. Then I have a chair. That's just a practical thing that comes in handy a lot. Got some work boots, a pair of leather gloves, keep a hat, some pants. Here's a toolkit. I'll go ahead and talk about all my car repair stuff. So I have like this toolkit here, different ratchets, pretty basic stuff. Some extra coolant. I have a lot of extra stuff in here right now because people give it to me as gifts, but got jumper cables, one of those wrenches for repairing tires, ratchet strap, icebreaker. You can see in there there's a pair of pliers, a couple screwdrivers, box cutter. You know, there's a lot of water bottles back here. Usually if I have just a water bottle that I've like half drank or whatever, and it's in the car, I just go ahead and check it back here and get a new one. Eventually I'm probably gonna put a whole crate of water back here and kind of get rid of those, but this is just a good way to deal with unfinished waters that are kind of warm. Under here I have a Camelback. So definitely if you're bugging out, my car would be definitely my main mode of transportation. You want to have a way that you can store a lot of water because it might be a while before you find a good water source. You're also going to want a way to purify that too. I'll show you what I've got for that in a minute. I've got a tarp, as you probably saw. That would be my main source of shelter if I go outside the car. I have this little bag. It's my medical bag. I want to upgrade to something a little bigger, but this is what I've got for now. I've got a bunch of ibuprofen. I think I have probably 300 in there because I've combined a couple bottles. More painkiller stuff. Imodium, this is super important. If you've never seen it before, basically you take one, and if you have diarrhea or whatever, stops you up. And diarrhea would be a big killer out in the bush because you lose a ton of water that way. It will dehydrate you and kill you. And it's also very unsanitary, so yeah, this is definitely a lifesaver. Anyone who's gone out camping a lot, they know, like, definitely diarrhea can be a big issue out in the wild, so take something like that for sure. And I probably need more than that, but it's pretty expensive. It's almost like $1 per tablet, I think. Just some regular old Zyrtec allergy medicine. Got a big bandage, some tape, another big bandage, sunscreen. For someone as pale as me, sunscreen is very important, especially right now in August. Got some more allergy medicine, some different larger bandages, more tape. Back in there I have probably 20 alcohol prep pads, different size bandages. Let's see. Where is it? There it is. A pair of scissors. Knife can just help cut the bandages smaller, however big you need them. Got some gloves, some sanitary gloves, somewhat sanitary. They've been in this bag for a long time. A couple more band-aids back there. I think that'll pretty much cover me until I get to where I'm going. Hopefully. And if it's not, I don't really have the medical skill to do much more than that. But where I'm going, there are people who do. So I would recommend having something like that in your group if you have a group. I'm just gonna set that aside for now. Lastly, I have what I call like my get home bag. The idea for this, I have another much larger, more expensive bug out bag, but this is designed basically to get me from wherever I am, most likely work or school, back to my house until I can get all the rest of my survival gear and load it up in here. As long as cars still have gas, electricity still works, you know, not something catastrophic like an EMP or whatever, like something that would take down everything, or the roads are broken up. But as long as cars are still a way to travel, this is what I'm going to be planning on. This is my plan A. So this bag is Ozark Trail. I want to say it's like $25 to $30, so a pretty cheap bag, but it actually holds up pretty well. It's pretty sturdy, especially since I don't have a ton of gear in it. I would definitely trust this one to get me 10, 20 miles. And this is basically built around a 1 to 2 day trip at the most. After that, I'll have to rely on my bushcraft skills, I suppose. So in here first, I've got a container, some granola bars, just a little bit of food, toothbrush, toothpaste, floss. That's pretty handy to just keep in your car anyways, because, you know, sometimes it's like you end up spending the night somewhere you weren't planning on, at least I do. I keep a bunch of glass slingshot ammo in here. I have a pocket shot. I don't keep it in my car because I don't want it to melt. But I plan on getting another cheap slingshot I put in here, and that can help me hunt or scare off coyotes or whatever. Pair of socks, big long socks, keep you warm. A little bit of toilet paper, keep you clean. bandana, so this can be used as more bandage. That's the main idea, but it can also maybe help keep you a little warmer, or use it as a sweat rag or whatever. Here's something kind of interesting. I picked this up at Bass Pro, all-weather fire starters, and it comes with this little thing. I don't want to open it up right now, but it's like a little flint wheel, and you break open one of these. There's, I think, yeah, 6 cubes in here, and you light them and they burn for a long time, and you can break them up into smaller pieces. I'll do a test of that and show you sometime. It's pretty cool. Something you'll notice, especially in the next video when I go for my bug out bag, is like I have a million ways to start fire because sometimes I have a hard time getting a fire started. Got some potable aqua tabs, so that's what I'm going to be using to purify water, and then I put a little instruction booklet in here because it's not super clear on the sides. So I just watched a video about how you're really supposed to do it, made some instructions so I don't forget. And I think it's like, I can cure like 24 quarts of water or something, so that's pretty good. For 2 days especially. Right here, this is actually a little charger for an iPhone that turns into a bracelet. And I have another phone charger in the front that I just didn't bring back here. But as you saw in my last video, if you watched it, my phone has some different survival things on it, so I would want to keep it going as long as possible. Keep some wet ones in here, and that can be used as toilet paper or just to clean you up, clean dirt off you or whatever, clean your hands. Pretty handy. Definitely want to have those. 100 feet of paracord or so, or actually, yeah, 100 feet. So I can use that for tying up my tarp, making a shelter, or say if there's like a rip in the side of the bag, I can kind of like stitch it closed with that. Or who knows, like cordage is very important. If you watch any other survival videos, they always talk about how cordage is important. Here's just a cheap little light I got. I have all those other lights, but I like to have just a lot of redundancy with those because you don't know if there's going to be a lot of people with you, and if water's going to get in them or whatever, you just screw them up. Some matches, just basic matches. And I keep just a hat, a pair of sweatpants, like the traveling comfort, you know. Just a couple shirts. Lighter. I trust the Bic lighters the most, at least some cheap lighters, then a pen. Here's another one of those lights that I was showing you my last video that I talked crap on. Not the best light, but just more redundancy. Doesn't take up a lot of room, so. Then here's something kind of weird. I keep a couple bottle rockets in here. This is just left over from 4th of July. And I don't really know what they're going to be used for yet, but I know like it has gunpowder, so it can help start a fire, or maybe use it for signaling or something. If you're with someone, you want to spread out over a longer distance to look for water or whatever. Who knows, like scaring off animals, like could have all sorts of reasons to keep those in there. Yeah, that's about it for this one. Have a good day.